What is Gooch beautiful beings? Welcome back to another episode on Mystifying Reality. I am your host, Brittany Fontanez. Do know I do have my homegirl, Yeska Frias, on the Spotify too, but she's currently going through her pregnancy, so she has a lot going on. Completely understandable, so I am taking over. So, beautiful beings, I'm excited to share this episode with you on rich. How to feel rich, because I feel that a lot of us are wanting to get into a state of not worrying about bills, not worrying about money, how to accumulate money and how to multiply it. And I want to get on here to share that with you guys, because throughout my current circumstances, a lot of things have been progressing for me and growing. And even though I'm not in the state of where I want to be completely financially, I'm in the state where I completely understand how the energy of money operates. And it's very important to understand that money is energy, as well as everything is energy. So, I want to start out with sharing with you guys. I remember I started out my first business, and there was this one book. I used to hate reading. I hate it. But then I realized, what if there's things I don't like? What is there actually things I do like that will cause me to read? So when I started my first business, they talked about self-development, and I stumbled upon this book called The Happy Pocket Full of Money. What I love about this book is that it talks about riches, and not looking at riches as like materialistic possessions or abundance of money, but looking at the word rich, R-I-C-H, realizing I create happiness. And I'm like, whoa, that book completely changed my life. So I highly suggest you guys getting it if you're in a state of feeling like I want to have more abundance, but I also want to have the perspective of feeling abundant and being spiritually abundant. Because when you feel spiritually rich, that's how your circumstances change. A lot of us think we have to hustle and bustle and work for money, and it's not true. It's just a belief system that was embedded inside of us to make us believe that there's no such thing as receiving money swiftly or unexpectedly. But our universe is so intelligent that it has multiple ways for you to be abundant. So I highly suggest getting that book. Now, I want to get into understanding, why is it that you hear a lot of people say, well, if money is energy, then why is it that no matter if I raise my vibration, no matter if I feel good, I'm still not receiving what it is I want? Of course, you're still in a state of desperation because you're thinking about the how and you're thinking about the when. But I really want to emphasize to you guys, it's not just energy, it's the frequency that you hold. Now, understand, if money is energy, energy is emotion, hence energy and motion. So we have to change our perspective on how we perceive money. Lately, I've really been realizing, I've been watching a lot of videos because I study a lot, about how people think money is evil. Money is not evil. It's our love and our lust and our greed for money that makes it bad. I'm a huge believer that money is not evil. Money is not going to go up in your house and kill you. Like, come on, let's be honest. It's not going to do that. But I believe money is only something that makes you more of who you are. So, for example, if you're a bad person that doesn't have good intentions and does things dirty, like majority celebrities being exposed currently, then money is only going to reflect more of what you are. If you're a good person that has pure intentions, that is intentional and empathetic, money is only going to reflect more of who you are. So money is not evil. And the love of money is not evil either. I mean, I love money. Yes, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It was created by our Creator for us to pay our bills, to have a sense of stability, to have a sense of ease. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's our perspective that we hold towards it. But I also want to emphasize to you guys, if money is energy and energy is emotions, energy and emotion, you have to understand, in order to feel rich, riches needs growth, and it needs space in order to grow. So if our frequency is bombarded with people who don't have pure intentions for you, with habits that don't serve you, with mindsets that you particularly hold, being in a certain environment, you have to create space in order for you to feel abundant. Now, I want to get into my spiritual peeps, because I was in this for a long time, where I just wanted to focus on being spiritual. I didn't want to be in the matrix. I'm starting to realize a lot of things of why our food is poison, why people act the way that it is, why the world operates that way that it is, that I didn't want a job. But at that time, I had an apartment. I didn't know how I was going to pay my bills, and I was just pouring so much into being spiritual. But then I realized I am human too. So I have to be grounded. I have to be realistic, not just spiritual. And I realize, as much as we don't want to be a part of the matrix, as much as we don't want to be of this world, we have to be a little bit realistic. Now, I do currently have a job, but at the same time, I'm still working towards my goals and my creativity. When I have time, it's all about discipline. And I know a lot of us, I want you guys to understand, you don't want to be a part of the matrix. You don't want to have a boss. I fucking get it. But we have to be realistic and allow ourselves to be grounded in this reality in order to build into and invest into ourselves in order to create momentum, to create the life that we want. So for my spiritual peeps out there, I want to emphasize to you, there's nothing wrong with getting a job. Doesn't make you less than, doesn't mean it's holding you back. What it means is you need to gain more discipline. But also understand that when you are working towards your goals and the things that you want to create for the longevity of your life, so you can live freely and do whatever you want, wake up anytime you want, it's very important to understand while you're in the process of building that momentum towards everything that you want. When you do have money coming in from the job, it's creating your net worth, meaning that all that money, now you have money to invest into your business, to invest into your creativity, to invest in your savings, and it brings a sense of ease to you. So I know, as much as we don't want to be a part of this matrix, allow yourself to take advantage of it the way it takes advantage of us. We might as well just, do the same damn thing. You know what I mean? So, I realized when I did get a job, I felt more sense of ease. When I felt calm, my frequency was able to raise to be like, okay, now I can invest in myself. I could build towards my YouTube channel, all these things that I want, all these things I'm trying to build, invest in my portfolio of, in bonds and stocks and real estate and all that stuff. So now that I have the sense of ease and building towards that momentum of the things that I want, I could see things from a higher perspective. Now, let's dive back into how to feel more rich. Like I said, I highly suggest getting the book A Habit Pocket Full of Money, because riches is not evil. If you feel you're meant to live a luxurious, lavish, high-class type of life, the way that I feel, there's nothing wrong with that. It means our divine put that within you to make you realize that is your birthright. That is your divine right. But the reason why a lot of us think money is evil or money is bad is because we haven't allowed ourselves to think for ourselves. And riches requires you to think for yourself in order to be self-made. So the way to finally feel spiritually rich, it requires you to let go of things that don't serve you, to make room for it, to make room for you. Because if you're always putting your energy into people who don't care about you, if you're not willing to stand up for yourself, if you're not willing to let go of a job and to find something better for you, or if you feel like you have the funds to invest in your business, and if you're not willing to work on your mindset, nothing is going to change. Nothing's going to get you to that frequency. And it's the same way with, I want to emphasize this too. If you're always striving to work hard or hustle, and you're not giving yourself the opportunity to rest, because rest and work is part of the whole process of manifestation. We can't just expect things to come to us and not work. But we can't just keep working from a place of fear and control and not trusting in the process when you need to take a break. That's very, very important. And it took me a while to learn that, because it's hard to surrender. It's really hard to surrender. And not thinking or feeling guilty about like, oh, I slept all day. I didn't do my to-do list. Like, get rid of the to-do list. We're not meant to have a compass. We're meant to find upliftment, take inspired action, but also trust in a higher power, because that's how you co-create. Now, the second way to start feeling abundant, spiritually, feeling rich, I want to share a story with you guys. So, I was in a relationship towards the beginning of this year. It ended towards like midway beginning of the year, like before summertime. And when I was in that relationship, I was always worried about money. I was always worried about like I'm spending so much money. This person always wants to go out and do things that I wasn't able to supply myself with. And not enough opportunities were coming in. Not enough things were working out for me. And I was like, fuck. So when I finally decided to let that relationship go, even though she broke up with me, I just finally like, you know what? I'm just going to keep it pushing. Things started working out for me. And it got to the point when I was on my healing journey as well. And I started letting particular friendships go. I started speaking up for myself. I started dressing like that version of me who has the life that I want. Mad opportunities started coming in. More money started coming in. I ended up hitting up my old job because I really loved that job. Like, they really, really cared about me. They immediately called me back and be like, yeah, no interview, no drug test, just come right in. This is your start date. Everything was working out in my favor. And it really stumbled upon me like, whoa, I wanted more money. And once I let a person go, once I let a particular thought process go, once I cleared out suppressed energy within my body, regulating my nervous system, things started working out because I was intentionally creating space for that abundance to grow and come in. But here is the third tip I need to give you guys that's very, very important. Another book suggestion, and that is called The Magic by Rhonda Burns. If you heard of The Secret, this is the same woman that created this book. I really, really believe she should have created a whole documentary over the book The Magic rather than the book The Secret, because people just got manifestation so distorted when The Secret came out. But I highly suggest getting this book, and the cover of it, magnificent, just beautiful, best cover. And it takes you on a 28-day journey. It's not really a book to read, it's a process. She takes you on a 28-day process on how to implement gratitude in your life. And that book completely changed my life, because now I'm really in a state of like, I feel grateful rather than thinking I am grateful. Here's why gratitude is so important. Because if money is close to riches, riches is a form of wealth. Riches is a form of feeling love for life. Riches is a form of feeling gratitude for life. It's up there with the frequency of love and gratitude. And there is a vibrational chart on Google. Just look at vibrational chart. It lets you know frequency levels of where emotions stand at the frequency band. And if riches is up there, gratitude is up there, love is up there, then we gotta get ourselves into the state of love and gratitude to feel that spiritual riches. Because here's the thing, with gratitude, it puts you in a state of being intentional about your day, of being intentional with the things that you have, of being intentional with the fact that how everything is already working out for me, the mundane things that we bypass and overlook. So, like for me, every morning when I open up my eyes, I'm grateful. Not because I have a new day. It's because, wow, there was a higher power that made my body wake up today that I had no control of. Wow, I'm so grateful for my body because it's a molecular structure, a machine that operates my whole nervous system, my whole immune system that I don't even need to control. I'm so grateful that I can move my arms and stretch because my limbs are giving me the ability to have life and move and grab and touch and taste. I'm so grateful that I could plant my feet on the ground to plant my roots for the new day. I'm so grateful that my car operates because this whole machine I did not create. I bought this car and it just gives me the ability to help me get to point A to point B. I'm so grateful for the small amount of money in my bank account because it's going to help me get to what I need right now and to elevate and invest in the things that's going to create momentum to creating more money. You know, people take gratitude for granted because gratitude helps you get into the state of allowing yourself to receive but also to see. It's very vital that we get into the frequency of love and gratitude. But here's a very big thing, a tip that I want to share with you guys. Even when you're low, a lot of people respect me. I'm starting to realize I have a lot of people that respect me for my dedication, for my persistence. Because even when I'm down, I still find a reason to be fucking happy. But here's the thing I want to share with you guys. A tip for me. When I'm down, like I'm going through something emotionally, I don't judge it. I don't guilt trip myself and saying, oh, you got to raise your frequency, otherwise you're not going to be able to receive. No. What I do is I allow myself to sit with that emotion. I allow myself to feel it. It may be a sunny day out and I'm feeling down. And most of you guys may go into the toxic positivity trait when it's just like, oh, I need to be grateful, I need to be happy, you know, I have more than most people have, you know. No, don't do that, because what you're doing is you're lacking yourself to learn how to overcome what you need to learn in order to not have that happen again. So when I'm down, and even though it's a pretty day, I allow myself to feel. I allow myself to stay mad, to stay sad, because I know that emotions teach me something. Positivity is close to gratitude and love. Positivity is not about bypassing shit that's coming up or shit that's happening. True positivity is about looking at it not from a state of judgment, but from a state of, what is this trying to teach me? When you could get to yourself to that place, you're even more abundant because you're giving yourself the space to cleanse out what needs to be removed from your auric field and from your system. So when you're feeling down, when you're feeling angry, don't shame yourself, because to get to the frequency of love in those dark moments is to give love to yourself. To give gratitude for the sadness that's coming up, to give gratitude for the anger, because really these emotions are indicators of something off within us. Anger doesn't mean we're a bad person and we shouldn't feel it. Anger is just showing us what is not right in a certain dynamic, like you don't feel appreciated. That's all anger is teaching you. When you're feeling sad, it doesn't mean that you're a person that's not likable. It just means that yourself needs more love. It needs more compassion. It needs more patience. So I'm sharing this all with you guys is because emotions are energy. When we allow ourselves to feel and to be grateful for the ebbs and flow, we get ourselves into the state of gratitude, and love and gratitude are the frequency of riches. And when you can feel R.I.C.H, realizing I create happiness, when you can feel happiness not because life is good, but you can feel happy because you see the good in everything of life, you immensely automatically feel grateful for things and for yourself, for your existence, for your shoes, for your jacket, for your car, for your loved ones, for the road that's so nicely smoothed and paved. You get what I'm saying? You see how I'm going on a rampage? Because that's true riches. So the last thing I want to share with you guys is that riches is not all about money. That's the very thing a lot of people don't know. This is why this book, The Happy Pocket Full of Money, I love. Because it taught me how being rich doesn't mean you need to have money. People are trying to manifest a lot of money. But what if Our universe, look at it this way. Our universe is so intelligent that it can find so many opportunities and so many ways to make your manifestation happen that you think you need money to buy that car. I mean, you do, but hear me out. You think you need money to buy that car. You think you need money to buy the groceries. You think you need money to buy the house. You think you need money to invest in a career or an endeavor that you want to do. What if feeling rich and feeling grateful doesn't mean you need that money to make something happen? Like, for instance, what if you wanted to manifest a car and you think you need a particular amount of money to have it? But what if you feeling grateful that you already have it, all of a sudden someone just wants to buy you the car? What if that you don't have money to pay your bills or to buy groceries, but all of a sudden you're grateful for the cup of water that you have. You're grateful that you already feel like you have food to feed yourself, and all of a sudden a friend comes by and gives you a gift card to Stop and Shop or to a grocery store, or brings a whole mess of food for you. What if you put on a watch and you feel abundant about it, and you're wondering, how am I going to get the money to have it? But all of a sudden you feel it and you're just like, I feel grateful that I have it, and someone gifts it to you. Someone just gives it to you. I'm sharing this with you guys is because when riches is not about having that particular money, it's about feeling into it. Dress like you're a millionaire. Dress like the version of you that has everything that you want, and boom, all of a sudden you feel like you're $1,000,000, and all of a sudden money is not just coming in. The investment that you wanted to make on candles, or how participating in for me when I did my acting classes, all of a sudden the acting classes came to me and someone paid for me to have them, or you wanted to build candles, or you wanted to start an Etsy shop and you didn't have the money for all these materials, and all of a sudden someone's be like, oh, I have a whole warehouse of this material. Yeah, come and grab it. What I'm saying to you guys is that you got to feel into it, not just think money is going to give you the feeling. The reason why we want to manifest is not for the particular thing itself. It's for the feeling of it. So if you want to feel rich, start dressing like you're rich with the clothes that you already have. Start writing like you're rich. Start feeling like, how would that watch feel? How would that jewelry feel? How would it feel to have that car? How would it feel to have, a collection of something? How would it feel if I have a certain amount of subscribers on YouTube? How would I feel if I have these certain amount of followers? It's a feeling. How would it feel if, I had the money to buy this house? How would that house look? How would it feel? How would you walk in it? How would it look to have the living room, to have your game room, to have your kitchen? Feel into the marble topping of it. How would it feel to have this particular sink? How would it feel to have this particular refrigerator? How would it feel to have a pool in that backyard? Feel into it rather than thinking you need the money to create it. I'm saying this is because our universe is so intelligent. It's so intelligent that every person you come face to face to looks different than you. Our universe is so intelligent that every single country in this entire planet looks different. How our universe is so intelligent that it made birds fly. Our universe is so intelligent that there's so many multiple shades of grass that we cannot count. Our universe is so intelligent that we can't count our own hair strings. If it's so intelligent to do things like this that we bypass, it's so intelligent that it can create opportunities for people to come in to give you what you need, for winning a sweepstakes, for just things that could seem like a miracle. It's all about feeling into what it will feel like to have the thing you want. Instead of thinking about how the money is going to come, think about how it feels to have it. And our mind is so intelligent that we can visualize so many different ideas and perspective on how we want to receive this. Like for me, for instance, I want to manifest a house, and I'm currently doing that right now. And I'm not thinking about where's the money going to come for, manifesting this house. Like, I even have this vision where manifesting this house, what if I enter a sweepstakes and I win the house? Because they still do that. What if, I visualize my living room having this particular type of wall, like a wooden laminated wall on it. And I think about, I'm not thinking about how the money to manifest that. I'm thinking about, what if I stumble upon someone who loves woodworking and they love the idea and they create it for me. You know what I mean? Our mind is so intelligent that we can create visual circumstances beyond the money. You don't need money to be rich, because people who do have money still feel poor. People who are rich still feel worried about money, and all of a sudden money flees from the life because you're worried about it. So to start feeling rich is by, when you go to a grocery store, don't worry about, oh, I'm losing money. Instead of, wow, I'm circulating this money. This money is going to come back to me because it's getting me what I need, Stop worrying about, oh, I'm losing money. I can't go out to eat with my friends because I got to pay this bill. Instead of, wow, thank you so much. My light is still on, and this money is circulating. It's coming back into my life. And boom, you end up going out with your friends, not knowing that you did spend money that you were going to use to buy food. And all of a sudden your friend buys you food because you're thinking abundantly and gratefully and with love and intention. That's what I'm saying, you guys. So you don't need money to be rich. You just need to feel rich by intentionally looking into your life and using your imagination to create your life and feeling happy inside. Because no amount of money is going to make you happy unless you work on what's inside. No amount of money is going to make you a better person or get you all the things that you want until you feel like you already have these things and you're dressing like it. You're dressing like you're going out into the stores and wearing these watches and wearing this jewelry and just feeling into it. I will never forget, last story I want to share with you guys before I end it, that for me, wanting to manifest a particular house, I end up driving to these structures of houses. And a lot of people don't know, I live in Connecticut, and there's a lot of nice fucking rich houses here. A lot of people don't know that we're the fifth richest state in the United States, because a lot of politicians live here. Harvard and Yale, the big schools are here. So there's a particular place, a town, where there's like a lot of like Walmart, Target, and all that stuff. But behind all of Walmart, there's a lot of rich houses, really big mansions. So I remember driving through there one day, and I saw a really nice fucking house. I really loved it. And the owner of the house was getting their mail, and as I stopped my car, and I rolled down my window and I asked the owner, "Excuse me, sir, I don't want to interrupt your day. I will understand if you don't want to talk to me, but I was honest, like, I'm visualizing a mansion just like this, and I want to know, would it be okay if I could get a tour of your home so I could get the feeling of what it is to have a home like this?" You guys, this man was like, "Oh, you're someone who's learning how to manifest. You're someone who's understanding what riches is all about." And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I know exactly what you're doing." So he allowed me to go into his house. And you guys, his bathroom, I just love bathrooms that have like the glass around it, the standing tub, and then just like the jacuzzi tub and just the windows forming all around the room. Like, he allowed me to get a tour of his whole home, his closet, his room, and it was just like, I felt into it. But here's the crazy thing, you guys. After that day, great man, by the way, I really appreciate him for that. After that day, this was like 3 years ago. I'm not currently doing it right now, but I'm still getting into the feeling of it. A couple of days after that, I ended up going to an event, and it was a business event, and there was a lot of millionaires there. And these millionaires, I kept asking them questions. How did you get to where you are? And they were teaching me about finances. They were teaching me, showing me websites on where to invest. They were teaching me what riches feels like. And, and we all had dinner, and they paid for my dinner, which was really nice. They allowed me to sit with them and learn from them. And it was like, whoa. After I had that experience of going to someone's house, of what it feels like to live in this type of house, I stumbled upon people who thought like a millionaire, who were millionaires, and they had so many nice watches. They let me touch their watch, they let me put it on, and they had a hotel room, they had a suite, and they let me go into their suite, and they let me get the luxurious feeling of what it was like to be rich. And all of a sudden, now that I'm going back into feeling those emotions from those experiences, a lot of things, I'm creating space for a lot of new opportunities, for a lot of beautiful people to come into my life who are soul tribe, and we're building and bouncing ideas off each other's and bringing and stepping into that reality of being that person that already has these things, but taking action and building the momentum to create space for all that. So that is the last story I want to share with you guys, is that being rich is a feeling. It's not a particular amount of money or an abundance of materialistic possessions. Once you can implement gratitude and implement love into your life, into the tiny things that help you go throughout your day, then you give yourself the opportunity to be happy, because being rich is realizing I create happiness. When you can allow yourself to be happy, not because things are good, because you see, you're in tuning in to purposely seeing the good in life, you start to feel the emotions of being rich, and you start to allow things to come to you. You guys, I had a whole visualization the other day of being on my poolside in that home that I know I'm manifesting, and crying my eyes out of gratitude, because it felt so real and it felt so true. And I used that emotion to go throughout my day. And all of a sudden I had a new client that paid me money. All of a sudden I had someone wanting to take me out. All of a sudden I was able to buy new clothes, because I literally just cleared out my closet of old clothes I don't wear. And it's like, and I was able to get new clothes that made me feel good. That made me feel like, damn, I'm rich. So you guys, that is my spiel. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk on how to feel rich, to allow more abundance into your life, and how to change your perspective on it's not the money that you need to be rich or to create the life that you want, is to see the opportunities of realizing how intelligent our universe is, that it will create miracles and people to come into your life to help you build the life that you want. And through knowing all of this, I hope you took notes, and I hope you know that the more you work on how you feel on the inside, the more life will get better. Because it doesn't matter how much you have or how much money you have in your bank account. You will never truly be rich if you don't know how to feel happy from the inside, not from things outside of you. But until then, beautiful beings, thank you for coming on to this episode. If you want to reach out to us, please go follow our Instagram, Mystifying Reality Podcast, and also email us for any recommendations of videos you want me to talk about currently, since Jessica is in her process right now. I'm letting her do her thing. Only love to her. If you want to reach out to me on any suggestions on what you want me to talk about, or if you just need someone to talk to, we are family, boo. And we are all here for each other. But until then, you guys, I will see you on the next episode. And with that, only love.